making pancakes for myself because last night was rough. Like, I think I spent more time being awake than being asleep, and so my treat to myself is always like pancakes in the morning. This is the easiest and yummiest pancake recipe, and like so healthy. You blend oats, 1 banana, some cinnamon, and some milk of choice, or even just water. Blend that up until it becomes like a pancake consistency. That's it. And then I have topped it with some blueberries. Koa is down for his nap at the moment. I feel like I have like a million things to do, but I'm learning. Fill up your cup first. Fill up my cup first, which means breakfast, feeding myself. So fill up your cup first to fill other people's cup. Okay, so if you are new here, my name is Laura. I've got a certificate in Christian life coaching, nutrition, and fitness, and I make these videos to help inspire you to be your happiest, healthiest, and most healed version of yourself. And I am also a new mama to my 4-month-old son, Koa, who's napping behind me right now. Oh, and there are his nappies, did his laundry. And this is our breakfast. I know it looks like a bit of a hot mess, but I feel like it's just a self-portrait of me right now. Look, I had a shower, so that's a win. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about advice I wish I got given when I became a mum. So there are so many videos I think that are out there giving really good tips and advice on newborn life, what it's like to become a new mum. However, the advice I'm going to give you is I think like unpopular opinions, but it's my experience. Of course, you're going to be different, your baby's going to be different, all that sort of stuff. But a lot of the advice I got given, I found the opposite to sort of be true, but it's also just going to be a fun little family vlog. So even if you're not a mum, I hope you enjoy, because this channel is all about faith, food, and fitness. So I hope you take something away, even if it's just this little pancake recipe. Honestly, try it. It's so good, so easy. 3 ingredients. You won't regret it. Okay, this is so tasty. So good. Okay, so all of this brings me to point number 1. This is advice everyone will tell you. Sleep when the baby sleeps. However, I found that if I just constantly slept whenever Koa was asleep, I felt like a 24/7 non-stop nurse, just looking after a patient. I felt like I was on call, on duty all the time. Every time I was awake, I was giving my service and attention and care to my baby, and it meant that I had 0 time for me. And so yes, if you're tired, 100% go to sleep, but I found my body started to adjust to the lack of sleep, and I would use that time whilst he was sleeping to do something that filled up my cup, do something that made me feel like me, like make pancakes, make cookies, take a shower, take like a long bath actually. I don't know what it is for you, maybe it's like reading a book or something like that, but do whatever it is that fills up your cup rather than just sleeping all the time when the baby sleeps. Okay, tip number 2, turn your nighttime feeds into a party. The hardest part of newborn life is those nighttime feeds, waking up constantly throughout the night to feed, and forever looking at your partner who's just like sound asleep, and you're just there all alone in this quiet room. It's dark, and here you are with this baby trying to feed them, trying to put them back to sleep. You're just so exhausted yourself. It can be a really lonely time, and what I found to turn this around was literally turning those nighttime feeds into a party. I'd have some yummy snacks that I really liked. I'd have a thermos full of tea ready to go, and I would also have some sort of like podcast I was following along and really excited to listen to. And so it meant that when I woke up, I was like, oh yay, I get to watch this, or I get to nibble and snack on this. And you just turn those nights into something to look forward to rather than something to resent and to be scared of. And you know, you gotta do something like that to make it like enjoyable. Okay, I'm gonna finish eating this because it's so good, and I'm gonna have a little bit of my Bible time, because that's also something I do to fill up my cup. Is when Koa is asleep, I will listen to a devotional or I'll read my Bible. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Good morning, good boy. Good morning. Good morning. actually brings me to another point. Changing his nappy at the moment, which is make your own wipes and wipe solution. Don't know why more people don't make their own wipes. There is so much nasty stuff in wipes, in cosmetics, and when your baby is so cute and so little, you don't want to be putting harsh chemicals on your baby at all. I save money, I save time, I don't have to like worry about ducking to the shop and going, oh my gosh, we're out of wipes. This wipe solution is just distilled water, Dr. Bronner's, I'll show you actually, Dr. Bronner's lavender pure Castile soap, some of this, and some aloe vera. You can either use something like this, or I've actually just found aloe vera outside. Cora's 4 months and we are yet to get a nappy rash. I wipe his bum with a torn up flannelette old sheet. I wipe his bottom, I put on a nappy, that's it. No creams, no powders, I don't need anything else. So that's really just quick and easy. I also heard another mum say this tip and I thought everyone did it, but apparently not. So I'll just share it just in case you don't either. But we use reusable nappies, but this goes without saying for any nappy, is when they have a poo, you use the top of the nappy to wipe them. So like the nappy is the first wipe and then you go in with an actual wipe. It just sort of saves on wipes. But I reuse everything. These get washed, these get washed. You just, yeah, you save so much money. So this is another little fun tip for you guys. I don't use like a traditional backpack as a nappy bag. Do not need one of those fancy expensive nappy bags. I'm literally repurposing this bag, which is the bag that my carrier came in. I will get a bunch of these wipes, dunk them in the solution and put them in this sort of Ziploc silicone bag. So they're sort of wet, ready to go. I also take a hat for him and a bunch of nappies. That is literally what is in this nappy bag, and I just take this with me in the pram or in my bag. So much easier, also so much cheaper. But my next piece of advice is a little bit controversial. So this piece of advice, look, it's up to you, and I think parenting really should be up to you. It's not one size fits all. When you have a baby, so many people will tell you to track everything. Track the baby's sleep windows, wake windows, feeding, which side, for how long they feed on, what month are you in, what regression are you in. I made a conscious choice before having Koa to not track anything at all. And I do that not out of negligence, but I do that for my own peace of mind. Babies fluctuate so much. And so if you're like me, that's a bit of a type A personality, tracking everything for him would honestly bring me so much anxiety, going, oh my gosh, he only went through this many nappies yesterday, but he's done this many today. Oh no, he only napped this. I'm like, when I didn't track anything, I'm so much more intuitive to him. I read him so well. I'm able to look at him and see, yeah, you're ready for a nap now. Or he makes funny faces and noises and I'm like, you're about to do a poop, I can tell. And I find that I'm so much more in tune and responsive to him and his cues, rather than going off the cues of an app or a timer or something like that. But, you know, for other mums, it's super helpful. It brings them peace of mind. I just say whatever brings you peace, follow that. When Koa has his nap time and playtime, I have my nap time. Oh man, that feels so good. I need to do stretches just every day. He's getting so heavy. We just had him weighed at the midwife appointment last week when he was 4 months old. He's almost 8.5 kilos, so he's very tall and very heavy for his age. I gotta watch my back. Don't let me lift and carry you. Huh? Look at you on your tummy. Are you so happy? Yeah. Good job. handsome. You ready? Are you ready? All right, let's finally head off for our walk. All right, so I don't know if you are like me, but I am literally like a dog. I need to be walked every single day, otherwise I'm so grizzly. And this brings me to my next point. Are you so handsome? Are you so handsome? This is something I heard Jordan Peterson reference. It was, do not do anything, or do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. But I know that sounds really weird, but think about it for a second. I would really dislike parenting if I just stayed at home all day. I know there's a lot of fear about leaving the house if you're a new mom. I understand there's so much fear wrapped up around, like, oh my gosh, what if we're out and about and the baby cries? What happens if they've got a pooey nappy and there's no change room? What happens if it gets windy or rainy? There's so much that can sort of go wrong when you're outside, and it's so safe and secure to be home. After 6 weeks, I took him out every single day. And if there's like a big gust of wind or if anything sort of happens, he's so much more chill, I think, because of that, because I've been taking him outside of this sort of cocoon bubble. So if you're like me, I'd highly recommend just going out, taking your baby with you, going out on dates together, going to the cafe together, going for walks together. It makes parenting so much more enjoyable. You also get some exercise in, you breathe some fresh air, you get some vitamin D. I think it's so good to just get out and about. With that being said, are you ready? Are you excited? We're gonna go on a walk. These are uphill. Oh my god, I'm such a sweat. Let's go. Let's go, Koa. Alright, we made it to the lookout. Koa is still awake, despite the fact he's well overdue for a sleep. Pretty much every day I walk up here to the lookout and like really power the uphill. I'm still technically healing from giving birth, so I'm not cleared to run, but I can walk. And if I'm cleared to walk, I'm gonna power walk. I've set up a little picnic for myself here. So this is my next tip. Unfollow and unsubscribe from accounts and people on Instagram and YouTube that will trigger your mental health. There is so much noise about parenting and motherhood on social media. And look, some of it is hilarious. Some of those mum memes I absolutely love, and they make me laugh. There is some genuine good tips and advice out there. However, I find a lot of the accounts I was following were showing mums very manicured in these princess puffy dresses with makeup on, their hair curled and styled, and I'm coming to you with zero makeup on in a shirt that is like tearing at the seams. They embodied like a Disney princess. Like, that's what I feel like I was looking, which, like, I'm happy for them. Happy for them. Not that they're doing anything wrong at all. However, I just found it was so difficult for my mental health to be constantly comparing myself, and it can be a dark, dark road. So look after your mental health. Another tip is, do not be a strong, independent woman that can do it all herself. That, again, a lot of social media sort of like advertises. How quick can you bounce back? How quick can you fit back into those jeans? How quickly can you get back into the office? How quickly can you make it to that Pilates class again and hold that plank again? Find friends and community that can uplift you and encourage you. For the first 2 months that Koa was born, I had my mum with me to help with laundry, cleaning the house, just looking after Koa so I could have a shower. Find support, because you need to look after yourself mentally as well as physically. Oh great, my camera's about to die. Okay, let's power through. And another tip that is so important is you do not need as much stuff as is advertised. I think I'll do an essentials video, because really, like, you do not need so much stuff. You just need nappies, wipes, some clothes, and you don't even need a lot of clothes. Seriously, like, we don't even buy newborn clothes. I would say you actually really need a really good baby carrier. I wear Koa so much. He falls asleep in the carrier. We go for walks in the carrier. I'm making dinner, cooking, whatever. He loves it. He feels like he's just getting like a full-time hug from me. He's so settled when he's near me. Ah, the battery's dying. All right, camera just died. So, what was I saying? It is almost 3 o'clock, which means it's time to pick up my husband from work. We pick him up from work every afternoon, and I actually drop the pram off. I put on my carrier and I pick him up and we go for a little walk along the beach and walk home, which is so nice. But lastly, a message to all of the mums. You're being very servanthood, very sacrificial, giving so much of your time and not having a say over when you sleep, when you eat, when you shower. Try as best you can to really enjoy the time. Soaking up all of those newborn cuddles. Like, just know that the season will pass. It will get easier. Just look at the day and go, if your baby is fed, he is being looked after, you have done a lot. Okay, so with that being said, let's go pick up Daddy. Are you ready? We'll go pick up Daddy? Yeah? Daddy's gonna